Anand sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sir, shall we wait for another 5 minutes, sir? 16 participants have joined.
Yeah. No,
Just
no problem,
leave
no
it.
problem.
Just we wait for another 5 minutes, then we'll start, sir. Okay, sir?
Yeah, can I share the screen for time being, or
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure,
just
sure,
share
sure.
the screen? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can share. Yes, sir. It's visible, sir. It's visible.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
అంటారా
సార్ అంతా తీసేసి అలా పాడిసిన వరకు నీట్ గా స్టార్ట్ చేసి
వెల్కమ్ பண்ணமா hello sir Anand Kumar sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you start presenting, sir. Welcome to our online FDP,
sure.
sir. Yeah.
Okay, fine, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. So I'm happy to be here. So this off day, I'm going to trouble you people on this Atal 5-day workshop. So I'm going to take a 2 session on this Atal workshop. First, we are talking. The first one is I'm going to talk something about natural language processing and text analytics. So what is the recent research directions in NLP and social media text analytics? So initially, just to give a small intro about what is NLP and then what are the challenges. Then we'll see that media analytics, social media text analytics. Only I'm going to talk about only the text analytics part. Then we'll see that research directions. My voice is audible. Is it fine? No? Participants? Yeah. If you are having any issues, you just please stop me at any time. If my voice is having, any problem from my audio, you stop me at any time. Okay. So that I can divide that. This is the roadmap of today's presentation. So we'll start with what is natural language processing and what are the challenges, important challenges in natural language processing, and we'll talk about the text analytics and its challenges, and we'll slowly move to the research directions. So the takeaway from this, the complete lecture, the off-day lecture is actually what is NLP and then what is social media analytics and what are the research directions. So I'm going to say some of the interesting research problems. So open research problems. It will help faculty members to do research in this area. And we are going to talk. I'm going to talk something after this session. I'm going to talk something about. Deep learning for language processing. So how can we take that language processing to the deep learning? Because it's AI is one of the buzzword. So now everywhere the deep learning is being applied. Not only the area of language processing, not only the areas of computer science domain. Everywhere, wherever you are having a data, you can apply a deep learning. So that will be the next session. I'm just going to cover a few things. I'm not covering the deep learning. That's not a scope of my lecture. So I'm just covering that how that NLP is associated with the deep learning. Fine. So I'm just starting this with the natural language. So I'm getting some disturbance. Can you mute yourself? I think this is from the organizer side. Sir, can you mute yours? Okay, fine. So natural language and NLP. So we'll start with that language. So I hope you know about the language and the importance of language. So the language, you can say it's a medium of the communication, so that we can call it as a language. So we can, it's not only that the text, whatever it's written in the slide, so we can say it's a text. So that's a one way of representing some language. So I have represented English language using Latin characters. So the A to Z characters, whatever we are using, is called a Latin or Roman characters. So using that characters, I just represent language English. This is a one way of representing language. There are other ways. Now I am talking to you. So this is the other way of representing. So that is the audio. This is whatever I'm giving is audio or speech. So this is the other way. So one is a text, and other major category is speech. There are a lot of other categories now. It's coming like a sign language and gesture, touch language. So like that. So but the main needs deals with the two major contributors are text and then speech. So my area of the research is text. I'm talking only about the text perspective. When you say language processing, natural language processing, so you can understand that it's a field of the artificial intelligence. It's an interdisciplinary area where you will get applications from applications taken from computer science and linguistics, as well as the other allied areas. So where we can use that natural language processing. So that's an important question. Why we want to do research, or why we want to study the natural language processing. So now that one of the emerging area is actually, you know, the data science. So where people are getting highest paying jobs are from the data science. The reason the data science, if you closely see that, data scientists want a little bit knowledge about the NLP, NLP as well as you can say the statistics and machine learning and other things. So little bit NLP knowledge is also important for the data scientist. The reason I'd like to say that, so most of the data, whatever we are, the industry is analyzing, whatever we are generating, so or most of the data are in unstructured textual format. So we need some kind of mechanism to process that text. So that's a reason. That's a one reason we are going for the research in natural language processing and then text analytics. Okay, when you say that, I'm not going deep to the natural language processing, I'm just introducing what is natural language processing, and then I just move on to that social media text. So when I'm talking about, and when you're saying about the natural language, so the things comes to our mind is actually when you programming language. So you people are faculties from the different domains, so you know how complex to teach a programming language to a student. Am I correct? So I may ask you a question. So if I ask you to, if I am asking you to give two options, you want to teach a natural language or you want to teach a programming language, which one you opt? Quickly post your questions in chat box. I'm giving two options for you. I just want to ask which is easy to do, whether the teaching a programming language or teaching a natural language. Teaching as well as the learning also. So quickly, just to put in a chat box. Some people are saying natural language, some people are saying a programming language. So people are saying which is easy. I ask which is easy. Most of the people are saying about the programming language. Why the programming languages are easy to teach human? But one important thing I want to ask, I said about the programming language to teach humans. Am I correct? Yeah. Why you want to teach a programming language to humans? Because as you know that the two kind of languages, one is artificial languages, another one is natural languages. Artificial languages mean C++, Java, Python, whatever we are learning to interact with computers, programming languages. So I asked a question about which is easy to teach. Okay, so take an assumption there. Why, first of all, I'm just asking as a faculty members, why we are teaching programming language to the students? Nowadays, if you closely see that we are getting a lot of advertisements like 6-year-old kids are eligible to learn programming, and they are showing the advertisement in a Google CEOs and say that he started programming in the age of 10. That's what he became a CEO. If you want your kid to become a good CEO or whatever in a higher position, so you start teaching programming. So my question I am asking to faculty members, below faculty members, so why we are teaching programming to students? I'm not asking about the kids. I'm asking about our students, UG or PG students. Why you are teaching programming? A quick response in the chat box. So I haven't received any response. Why I asked why we are teaching programming language? Career advancement. Only the career advancement is in the case of programming. Easy to develop applications to solve given complex problem easily. Yeah, so the two things I can take from the Dr. Mallikarjun and then from Mr. Antonio Das. And other from the PKD sir is my faculty, actually my HOD. So Varimala Kanagadevan sir is actually to understand the mathematic logic. So that's the reason we are teaching for the programming, the problem solving using computer. To research, okay, to increase technology support in our life, develop automated repetitive process. Okay, so if you closely see that all the answers it's coming near closer to the something called the automation to make a job easier. Instead of asking you to call, I think you know how to calculate how to do the mathematics or how to do a factorial. Instead of asking you to do 100 times, definitely a human will get tired. So I'm just going to make a software to do that. So I know that a software or hardware, it won't get tired even if you're using for 24/7, its efficiency will be same. So that's the reason we are the closer answer for all this thing. If I say that instead of saying that this is correct, this is not correct, the one particular point I can say that the automation. Another interesting thing I have seen that actually to deal the complex things. So that I'm going to talk actually in the next session when I'm going to give say something about the deep learning. I'll just say the how that the complex process and then how it's related with the program. Fine. So the roughly you can say that you want to interact with the computers. So I mean, if you're a student or if anyone want to interact with the computers, interact means not just in the user interface level. So interact means in the development level. So as you know that I think nowadays India also started, lawyers and the doctors are started learning programming. Earlier, if you closely see that when computer comes into picture, people thought that computers is only for the computer science people who are all doing the MS computer science or masters in computer science, BSc or BE computer science. So that drastically changed after 1970s. So everywhere computers. So it's not a computer is not belong to a computer science domain, a computer science field. Now the same thing happened in the programming also. We cannot say that programming is belong to the computer science. No, definitely not. Programming is not belong to computer science domain. Programming is also, it's like a common noun, like a computer. Anyone can, as I said, the doctors are learning Python, lawyers are learning Python. So then now I'm not talking about a mechanical engineer or a civil engineer. I'm just talking about a completely different domain. Doctors or lawyers, they started learning programming. And how far that civil or the other mechanical engineers. Now the programming is must for them. So if they want to do something with the help of computers, definitely they should know some logical the language that is a programming language. Fine. So I hope I just answered the things why we are going for the programming. And when I coming back to the question, so the teaching process of the programming languages. So you closely see that we are teaching the programming to human. But actually programming, that the artificial languages, programming languages or computer languages, it's invented for computers. So that instead of teaching that to computer, computers knows that language, that is in terms of compiler. So computers knows the programming languages. Now we are teaching a human being, we are forcing a human being to learn computer language. Today you learn Python, tomorrow there may be some other language. So tomorrow you will ask them to learn some other language. But if you ask me the programming languages, I can say, as I just agree with Parimala Kanagadevan sir, so the 2 point in the programming. Programming means logic plus the mathematical things. The logic plus the syntax, sorry, the mathematical logic plus the syntax. The mathematical logic means how you are solving the problem. The syntax you are mapping with, whether it's a Python syntax or Java syntax or Spark or whatever. So the thing is, the logic is same. If you are thinking to solve the problem, so with your common sense knowledge, you know that how to solve the problem. So that problem you are implementing or expressing in terms of the programming syntax. So that's a programming. So my question is, why we need to teach this programming to our students to interact with the computer? Because already your kids or the students knows a language called a natural language. All the human beings in the 99.99% of the human beings in the world, not 99, I can say that 100% of the human beings in the world knows a natural language, knows any one of the natural language, we used to call it as a mother tongue. So if the people knows the mother tongue, so why the natural language, why again they want to learn the computer language, the programming language? Why don't they interact the computers with the programming language? That's a one main important application of natural language. Instead of teaching programming language to a human being, so you teach natural language to a computer. That's a difference. Don't teach programming language to the human being, because instead of that you teach a natural language to computers. You make a system, because now we are telling that we are, the computationally we are in a good stage now. We have good supercomputers, and with the GPU computings are there. Computational power is not a problem. Storage also not a problem. Algorithms also, daily new algorithms are coming. So now it's the right time to do that. So why don't we make a system to learn our language? If systems learns our language, then now we closely see that that's a part of the area called robotics, where we are teaching, where the system learns our language. Whatever I'm talking, the system understands. Whatever I'm writing, the system understands. Whatever I'm showing, whatever video it's seeing, whatever image. So if the system understands, then it's a part of application in the robotics, intelligent robots. Fine. So now I'm just coming back to the goal of natural language processing. The two goals I can mention. So one is the ultimate goal, and other one is the immediate goal. So ultimate goal, I can say that it's a long-term goal. So what is the long-term goal of this is here. What is the long-term goal of natural language processing? This is what I used to say, that robotics. To build a computer system that perform as like a human. So we are building a computer system like human. So that is our ultimate goal. So this is a part of it's a part of giving human intelligence to the computers. It's a part of robotics. What we can achieve now, the people started achieving this ultimate goal also with the help of intelligent robots are coming now. So immediate goal, what we can solve immediately, what we can do now. So to build a systems to process the important categories of the language, the text and speech. So now you know that what Alexa is doing. So Alexa is understanding our commands, and then it's answering us. So that's an immediate goal. It's processing our speech. So if you are creating some interface, if you are somewhere and then you are messaging to the Alexa, or you are connecting the Alexa, you are contact your Alexa from your home. Sorry, from your office, you are contact your Alexa in home. So that is that interface through text. You are communicating through text. So that kind of things, or we can say that it's an immediate goal. So the reason, if you say that the natural language, that it will enable human communication. First one is the human machine communication. As I said, that the Alexa is the best example for enabling human machine communication. So Alexa connects, if you see that it connects the human machine, you can connect the Alexa with your telephone, your televisions, your all the household items. So you are communicating in a better way instead of going and then switch on the AC or switch off the AC or keeping AC in 15 degree or whatever, that you can talk through Alexa, it will do it. So that it's NLP enable human machine communication, improve human communication. Suppose you know only Telugu language, so I don't know Telugu language, I want to talk to you in Telugu language. So I can ask Alexa kind of system. So whatever I'm telling in English or Tamil, that will be in a real time, it will be translated to Telugu and then it should be visible, it should be audible to you. So that is called improving human communication. Without knowing that our languages, so we are communicating with the help of machines, with the help of natural language processing. So this is the natural language, this is the introduction to the natural language processing NLP. Now just I have a quick question actually. So 30 seconds for you to post the answers. So what is the difference between, so I explained what is the programming language, what is natural language, how it's differ. So I'm asking you one important difference between the natural language and programming language. One important difference. So only 30 seconds. Only 30 seconds, please post your answers as early as possible. What's the difference between the programming language and natural language? Yeah, someone asked, Dr. Swapnil asked, I think, does teaching natural language to system means I can command to a system in my mother tongue? Yes, that's a motive of natural language processing. Limited essence programming languages has, while natural language has many words. Okay, Kedar Shukla. That's a one difference. I can say that instead of limited essence, I can say that the words, the programming words are limited words, and then we can say the natural language many words. Natural language is easy to understand by human. Programming is easy understandable by computer. Okay, NLP is semantic based. Okay, but the programming language is also coming in the way that if you closely see that the programming language, the recent programming language is also semantic based. So natural language are easy to understand and available in multiple languages like English, Tamil. Okay, I don't understand that. So Parimala Kanadavan sir, programming languages are syntactical, NLP is semantical. Both are syntax and semantic is common for any language there actually. So natural language is also having a syntax. Programming language is also having a semantic. I'm just expecting one important difference. Please speak in a slower pace. The voice is not coming properly to network issue. Yeah, sure, I will correct myself. Natural language is what we speak as human. Yeah, that we know that. So Ganesha, I'm just asking the difference. Okay, fine. So I don't want to waste my time. I just to go to that. Yeah, NL has emotional intelligence. PL may not have that. That's a one right answer. So we have something called the emotion or sentiment in our language. But the researchers are saying, the researchers are finding that even the programming languages are having emotions. But the emotion can be understood not in the terms of text, in the terms of how you are writing the program. If you are very happy with, suppose you are an employee, you are very happy with the one your employer, it means your company. So your programming style is completely different. If I am not happy with my company and then you are asking me to do the programming, my programming style will be different. Am I correct? So even if we used to see in our lab also, the students who are very fond of programming, who are interested in the programming, taking the subject seriously, their programming, the structure of the program, whatever they are doing, it's a bit completely different from the other people. So people interested, we can simply say that the int A, instead of int A, they will give instead of A, they used to have the meaning of that particular A. That's the one thing, that alignment, where the parenthesis is starting, where it's ending, everything. So I'm happy, I used to do it in a good way. If I'm not happy, so that way we can say that we can find the emotion, not of the programming, emotion of the people. So from the natural language also, you are finding the emotion of the people with the help of programming language also. You can do that. That's a recent research is going on that particular field. Okay, so then what is in my mind the important difference between the programming language and the natural language is actually the term called ambiguity. So programming languages are not at all ambiguous. Ambiguous means, I hope you are aware, one word with multiple meaning. Natural languages are highly ambiguous. That's the reason why the less number of research happen in the natural language processing area. This is one of the challenging area, that language processing. The reason is the difficulty called ambiguity. So a main challenge. So what is ambiguity? Where the ambiguity occurs in the language? I have few examples for the ambiguity. So we'll take the ambiguity in the phonetic level. So phonetic level, it means that you can see here the same pronunciation I'm using, right, but a different spelling and different meaning. So right, so if I'm asking, if I'm informing my Alexa that right means, so whether the Alexa will understand the first one or second one or third one, because all the three, the phonetically all three are, the pronunciation for all three are same. English is because English, the problem with English is limited characters, so that's the reason these kind of ambiguities are coming. So this is called a phonetically ambiguous. And next one is the word level ambiguity, lexical level ambiguity. You can see here in the lexical level ambiguity, so the word book is there. There are two possible part of speech categories, two possible grammar categories for the word book. One is noun, other one is verb. If you are asking me to write in a programming languages, if I'm writing a single line, integer space a semicolon, I'm just doing. Oh, sorry, colon and semicolon doing. So that will be always, that's only one meaning. But if I write a word book in the natural language, that will be multiple meanings. That's the reason we are saying that the programming languages are highly ambiguous. So the lexical ambiguity is this one, word, two meanings. Structural level ambiguity. See that I saw the man with the telescope. So structural level ambiguity, two meanings for this. I saw the man who is having telescope. I saw the man using telescope. So two meanings for that. This is a structural level ambiguity. So syntax also plays an important role in natural language. The other one is a semantic. So we used to say that semantic says about the meaning. Semantic ambiguity is closely associated with the other ambiguity called lexical ambiguity. Both are correlated. When you say that lexical ambiguity, the word book is there. So it may be a different part of different grammar categories. Grammar categories, I hope you remember noun, verb, pronoun, adjective, like that. So two different grammar categories. Then it's called lexical. In semantic, in same category, noun category itself, two different meanings for the word. Noun category itself, two different meanings. Like we used to call it as a N1 and then N2. Two different meanings in noun itself. Say the word dish. Dish is a noun. So one says about the physical plate, other says about the menu item. Other examples, bank. Both are known. River bank is also known. Financial bank is also known. Plant. Biological plant is also known. Industrial plant also known. So this kind of ambiguity is called semantic level ambiguity. These ambiguities make the NLP as a difficult process to handle to the computers. Okay. So now I think I just introduced what is NLP so far. I'm not going deep to the NLP because we don't have time to talk much about that. So I just slowly move to the application part of the NLP. And the first, before application part, I'll talk something about the social media text. So far I talked about NLP and then I slightly touched the grammar. So where noun and verb and other things. So when you're talking that NLP to the new generation people, not in the new generation, old generation people also, people will be worrying about the grammar. So a lot of people may not interested in that learning grammar and things. But the future, but our brain, the beauty of our brain is actually see that it can produce languages with it can produce sentences without grammatical errors. It can produce novel sentences. So grammar is already, the grammar knowledge is already with you. If you're speaking a Tamil language perfectly, it means that your brain learned the grammar of the Tamil language. So you already have the grammar knowledge. So in a grammar perspective, if you see that in the natural language, Natural language helps to extract that knowledge, whatever you are having inside you. It's not like it's asking you to learn what is known, what is verb. Nothing. You know what is known, what is verb. But it's asking you to extract that. That's it. When you're talking about that language processing, as I said, that we are talking about the grammar, the other dimension of the language processing, particularly the current era when the social media like WhatsApp, Twitter, and Facebook comes into picture, that the area, the complete domain is shifted. The direction is slightly shifted towards the social media. The recent research, if you see that, most of the research, the articles, manuscripts are coming in terms of the social media analytics. Okay, so that's what I'm going to cover now, the social media processing. So when you say that social media text, before that, I just would like to say that something about the difference between the text mining and then text analytics. So you know that we have a term called data mining, and we are having something called data analytics also. What's the difference between data mining and then analytics? 30 seconds. What's the difference between mining and analytics? Sarcasm cannot be understood by programming language. So now the sarcasm detection systems are there. With the help of programming languages, people are identifying the sarcasms, because sarcasm not only in the statement, it's analyzing the people nature for which news he has given the sarcasm command. So they are taking the other allied information. Then they are finding that if the programming languages, the sarcasm data sets are available, it's possible now. So I asked about the mining means retrieve data and analytics help in decision. Yeah, I'll stop here. So because that's the Chittaranjan answer is exactly correct. So mining, it's a retrieving the data. So I can give a small example. If you want to see a film, so what we will do that usually in the earlier days we used to ask our friends whether that film was good or not. So nowadays we are checking the reviews. If it is a 3.5 rating or 4 rating, means only we are ready to spend 1,000 rupees or 500 rupees. Otherwise, we won't want to waste our money. If someone says that the movie is not good, it's only 1 star rating or 1.5 star rating. Okay, so I'll just give an example with respect to that. So you are taking a film. Suppose you are taking a film like XYZ. So I'll take a Hindi film. The new film is going to release Akshay Kumar film. Lakshmi I'm taking. That film you want to see that. So what you want to do, you want to analyze that tweets. You want to suppose the film is released and people are giving their opinions in the social media. So you are extracting the opinions related with that the film, particular film. That is called mining. After mining that, you are going to analyze that particular tweets or comments or posts to make a decision, to make a star rating, or to make a decision whether the film is good or bad or average. So that is called analytics. So this is an example. Extracting the data is the mining. So and you are analyzing and then you are taking some decision. So that we can say that it's an analytics. So that's the difference between the text mining and the text analytics. Not only the text in terms of data, also the same. So when you are talking about the text analytics and text mining, the problem what we are facing is actually now the unstructured data. The industry is having 80% of the data, whatever they are having is unstructured text data. So we are working in one project with a startup from the US. So we are converting the unstructured data to it's a consultancy project. It's an unstructured data to the structured data. So it's look like a very simple problem, but the complexity is much more. So there is no classification, there is no machine learning or deep learning involved. It's just a conversion of unstructured data to structured data. So here anyway we are introducing the deep learning models here. So we are facing a lot of issues in converting the simple problem. Okay, so I hope you are aware about the structured data and the unstructured data. I'm just skipping this one. Simply I'll say that structured data means if it's a rows and columns. If the data can be loaded in the spreadsheet in a uniform and consistent way, then you can call it a structured data. If whatever you are seeing, the PPT, it's called the unstructured data, because you cannot copy that and then you can put everything in a single box. That's only can possible, but from that you cannot achieve anything. It's difficult to extract the terms. So what we can do is that kind of the data called unstructured. The example is We can see here the PPT, not only the PPT, PDF, HTML, and MS Word, whatever we are using. It's called unstructured data. Fine. When you're talking about the social media, there's a little old slide, so it's not saying about the WhatsApp and another social media. So we are calling it as a common term. We are using the social media, but there are a lot of categories in that. Blogging is a one type of social media, and social news is a separate one. Then opinion and reviews, question answering website, media sharing, it's like that. So now that together we can call it as a social media text. So whatever the comments you are processing from that Twitter tweets or Facebook posts, YouTube comments, Yahoo answers, Quora questions and answers, everything you can call it as a social media text. So as I said that why we need to analyze this one. So the 80% the survey says that 80% of the information of an organization is stored in unstructured format. So they want to convert that, not only the convert in the structured format. NLP not only helps to convert in the structured format, to after converting in the structured format, to derive some meaningful information from that data. So that's important. So the companies, they don't want to simply store the information for some other purpose. The yesterday's information may not be useful today. So what they want to do is they want to do a rich analysis in the data analytics. So they want to do the analysis of the today's data, and then they want to see that how that reflects in their marketing, the trend, as well as the particularly in their the stock market and everything. So the data, the unstructured data, the social media data decides the market trend as well as the political trend. So now you know that actually that the US election is going on. So I hope you people are aware what happened in the earlier US election. Everyone knows that everyone believed that Hillary only will come into the president post, but what happened in the last minute? So there is a big gambling towards the social media happened. So because of the rumors and then fake news, so the things changed the people's mind. Because that's what I'm saying, that the political trend depends on the social media. So usually if you say that near to 40% of the 45%, 40 to 43% of the people, so they will take decision at the last moment. Even though they will be favor for one person, the decision may change when they are going for polling. So that decision changing mechanism the decision changing can happen in can be with the help of social media. So with the help of social media, you can change the people mentality. You can change the people, that 45% people mentality. If you are changing the 45% people mentality, that's enough. Suppose you are just willing to poll for someone, and then you are getting some news and just pushing some news for you, and from morning to evening you are reading that things, you are seeing the video, and suddenly your mind will get changed. So that's the reason we say that the political trend. The market trend is also important. Suppose a company A is buying company B, then how it reflects in the share market. So everything is it's how we know that they are buying that. So through the social media, whatever, not only the social media, to the news also. But immediately we'll get that information. So based on that information, we can say that the marketing trend, the stock market and then other trend may happen. Here, market is not only the stock market, other the business also. The e-commerce website like the Flipkart and other things. So even though you are not willing to buy anything, they are making you to buy the million days and then other things, and they are introducing. They are reducing the price, and they just close to see that no, they are just pushing you to buy the e-commerce thing. That is a market trend. That is a marketing trend through the social media. Everywhere, whatever you are opening, you get the advertisement related to that. Even though you don't want to buy that, they will make you to buy. Okay, so we have seen about natural language. We have seen the challenges in the natural language. We have seen the other dimension of the natural language called the social media. So why we are analyzing the social media, we have seen that. Now we are going to see the challenges in the social media. The challenges is addition to the NLP challenges. The challenges we have seen in the NLP, it's a what I can say, that the ambiguity level, in the phonetic level ambiguity and word level ambiguity. These are the challenges in NLP. Apart from that, in addition to that, we have the social media content, its own challenges are there. You can see that what are the things. So first one is the informal and noisy. So Twitter content. So earlier the Twitter content is earlier it's easy for you to even crawl a 1 lakh Twitter content. Now recently I heard from the from the researchers that you cannot crawl more than 1,000 or 2,000 tweets. So that's the situation now. Why that tweets plays an important role. So they know the value of the tweets. So Twitter they don't want simply the people make money out of their tweets. So it means that each tweet is having some price. So they are going to sell the tweets. So if you want a 1 lakh tweets regarding to the particular things, you can contact. So they will fix a price, and then if you are really interested, you can buy. So whose tweets are that? Is it the Twitter company they have generated? That are people tweets. So they are collecting the tweets from the people. They are giving a platform for you to forcefully post something about you, and they are giving facility to do the things, and they are selling that information. So I hope you know about how the Facebook CEO, how he became a millionaire. So now only you are seeing the advertisements in YouTube and then the Facebook videos in between. Earlier there were no advertisement. Now they are making money out of advertisement also. Earlier there were no advertisement. You just think of 5 years back, there were no advertisement in a Facebook. So at that time itself he was a millionaire. How he got a millionaire? Whether are you paying anything with the Facebook? No. So they are making use of the data, whatever you are sharing. So the data plays an important role. So here, the challenge is, as you know, the data is the present oil. So the money who are the top companies who are all making money. If you see that Google also using the browsing history and everything. So everywhere they are making use of the data. They are just making use of our data. But if you are asking your data itself, they are fixing a price for that. If you are asking that I want to get 100,000 tweets related to COVID or a Chennai flood, so they are ready to they are asking you to pay for that. Yeah. So my point here is the challenges. If you see that the informal and noisy Twitter, it's a limited content, only 280 characters. Earlier 140, now it's 280 characters. So you cannot express everything in a 280 characters. So the context will be limited. So that's the reason we started using the informal things. And the lack of sufficient content. Yeah, as I said that the limitation in the Twitter tweets 180 or 280. So it will sometimes you cannot understand completely what the people want to say there because of the limited word length. And misspelling and the observations and spelling variations are frequently occurring in the social media. So how not only social media, through the messages also. In 10 years back, if you are sending the word GUTNIT, good night means, people may ask that people may not understand. Now if you see that how it's emerged, the good night can be sent in a different ways. Now what we are using is only GN. GN means people will understand, yeah, good night. That also changed. Now people are very lazy. They don't want to send GN. Emojis are coming. So you just to choose the emojis. So you just closely sees that. So the beauty, as I said, that one of the important feature of our brain is how the creativity. So the creativity starts from the language, what we are using, what you are talking, and then what you are sending the messages. That the creativity. Creativity means, so whatever the style you are using, it's completely different from my style. It's completely different from the style used by some other person. So it says the creativity of our brain. So that makes our brain active. As you know that only the people using the 10% of our brain. So that creativity, where we are using the creativity daily, if you see that we are using only 80% in only the natural language, text or writing or something. That also companies are going to spoil that also. You see that Google, if you want to answer quickly, if you want to answer that, they are giving option, quick reply. They are giving option, 3 or 4 options they are giving for your message. They don't want you to think. Why you are thinking? Why you are wasting your energy? Is it if you are thinking means whether the energy will get wasted? Definitely no. So what we are doing, very lazy. We don't want to type. Okay, sir, thank you. So he is giving some option. If my HOD, my faculty, if suppose I'm saying the example, Parimala Kannadasan sir is sending some message to me, I want to send a reply that, okay sir, thank you. But but if I'm seeing in the mobile, it's giving 3 options. Okay, thank you, it's giving. Instead of sending that, okay sir, thank you, and then I'm sending, okay, thank you. How the 2 things are different? I mean, even though the sir word is not that much impact, I'm just giving it as an example. So you just think in that way that, so it reduces your it won't allow you to think. Even though if you are thinking something in your mind, so you are not going for that, you are choosing whatever they are giving. So finally we are going to become an option based system. Whatever it will be like choosing the options. The future language also will be like that. If you want to say something, no, you should not say like this. Only I'll give only the 5 words or 10 words to you. You have to choose from these words. You have to speak. That kind of limitation maybe the industries may bring to us. So that's what happening. So they are without our knowledge, they try to they just show that they are trying to help us, but definitely it's not. They're making you lazy. If you are typing something in a Gmail, so they are giving the next statement. They are giving, if you say the dear, they will say the dear PKD sir or sir or what things are not. Other sentence also, if you see that, so please find attached or something or typing, the next sentence they are predicting and then they are giving. Most probably people, if one suggestion comes, no, definitely if you see that, if one suggestion comes to our mind, our brain is usually trained in that way. If one suggestion comes, we won't think we won't think any other way. We just go around the suggestion. In a meeting, if 5 people are talking, if one guy is coming with a suggestion, what others will do is others will think about that suggestion. They won't think something new. They will think about some modification of the suggestion and then what is that and the other thing. Other people won't think about anything new. So that they are making use of that. So they are giving some suggestion. They are not allowing you to think. You choose this. That's what. That's a command they are giving to us. Fine. So when you are coming to this one, the challenges. So we have seen the challenges in the social media, the good night and good night, how these things are happening. So the performance of the language processing tools highly depending on the quality of the data. So the quality of the data, if a system recognizes that good night is different from, if the system recognizes all these things are same, then it's fine, then no issues. You can go for that general standard language processing tools. Okay, so I have something later to the more complexity I want to show with respect to the Indian languages. I don't have other languages. I have 2 language examples, Tamil and Malayalam. So you just see that the first content is says it's completely in English, but we can understand that the content is towards people, a guy, actor from Tamil Nadu. So that is the first one. So it's in English. Okay. Second one, completely in Tamil. Script, I am saying that. I am talking about a script. First one is we should not call it as an English alphabet. We have Roman script or I call it as a Latin script. First one. Second one is a Tamil script, pure Tamil script. So it's a Tamil, it's a written. Fine. Third one, something is also there, no? So you can see here, if someone reads that is also a Tamil, but it's written with the help of Latin script. I mean the Roman script or called English. So we don't, people are lazy to express in terms of, because of that, there are a lot of, this is a separate research area. There are a lot of constraints in getting the type board, keyboards in their own language. So they used to type in this one, it's fine. But that makes the system more complicated. So you are getting the data in this level. First one, if you are giving to any system, it will say it's English. Second one, Tamil. Third one, if you are saying, system cannot, even Twitter, they don't have option to find out the third one is Tamil or English. If you see that, if you extract the Twitter, there is an option for the language. If you filter out that, if you filter out Tamil, you'll get only the second one. You won't get to this one. Twitter will consider this as English or any other language. But we know that this is a Tamil language. The words are represented, explained, the Tamil words are written in English Roman form. So same thing in the Malayalam also, you can see here. And one more, the third one I can say that it's completely Malayalam is written in English form. The fourth one, you see that fourth one, pictures, So it means that English is there and Malayalam is there. English is new projects, English is there, then Malayalam is there. So this kind of ambiguities or this kind of challenges are occurring when you are dealing with the Indian languages. So South India, if you closely see the South India, there are people mixing with only two languages, English and their mother tongue, English and Malayalam or English and Tamil. English and Kannada. But if you slowly move towards the north means I'm not only saying the extreme north, the Delhi side. Even if you going to the Maharashtra or the Bengali side, if you see the social media text, so the text will be the mixture of English, their mother tongue, Bengali or Marathi, and Hindi. So single sentence there may be 2 or 3 languages. So how can you make an NLP system to understand this particular thing? So that makes a more complex in the natural language processing. Okay, so now I hope I covered the importance of the research importance of language processing and text analytics, and we'll go to the research directions. Yeah, so I'll start with the traditional research, the traditional research directions. If you closely watch, look at the research progress and applications in traditional research. I think I'm getting some noise. Can you mute? May I know someone microphone is on and can you mute yours? Hello.
Yeah, placement BAT. Sir, please mute your mic, sir.
I think the others will get a disturbance. Organizers, I think you can mute from your side. Organizers, you can try to mute from your side.
Into
or time being, you can remove the participants because if they are not at all hearing means I think.
So now you continue, sir. No problem.
Yeah. Okay. So when you talk about the text classification and the clustering, the important application, and first I'm starting. Organizer, you can mute yourself. You can mute them. No, there is an option. Murugan sir, who created the link, you can mute them or you can remove them. Okay. Okay, so I'll just start with the traditional applications. So the traditional things, if you see that the text classification and the clustering. Yeah, so the text classification and then the clustering. This is not a new application. This is an old application. Where the 30 years people are doing research on the classification and the clustering. So some of the interesting areas, some of the interesting things are the domain classification. So I'll take from the research article. Suppose you are showing the research article or you are submitting the research article to the system. How the system can recognize that the research article belongs to computer vision or belongs to natural language processing? So that comes under the text classification. And topic identification. People may feel difficulties to find a better suitable topic for their essay or the manuscript. How can you automate that? So content you are feeding to the system will automatically says that what will be the suitable title for this paper or this essay. And that is called the topic identification and then modeling. Spam detection it's a very old area, so I don't want to spend much time on that. Spam detection and then journal identification. So now the systems are available. Now you are pasting your abstract to the journal finder. Elsevier is having, Springer is having. You are pasting your abstract, and system is automatically identifying that this journal may be suitable to you. So rather than you analyze and then you check the scope of the journal, so the or system automatically to identify that this is a feasible journal for you. And authorship identification and then age gender identification. These are other important applications in the recently it's emerged one. So from the text, how we can identify that who wrote this particular piece of text. Suppose we used to see in the paper, so 4 to 5 authors will be there. So which part is written by which author? We need to cluster that this is written by the first author, this is written by the second author, this is written by the third author. The data set in the competition is, there is a competition for this also. The data set is freely available. You can check, you can search like authorship identification, you will get that. So that is an interesting application. Another one is age gender identification. So from the text, how can you understand the age of the person? Age means not exactly the age, the age group of the person. So in forensics, it plays a major role. When you are getting some threatened messages, when you are getting some threatened call, based on the conversation, we can try to understand that the gender of the person and then the age group of the person. So the important application when you talk about the social media is the well-known application is sentiment analysis. So there are a lot of the different types of sentiment analysis are there. Word level sentiment analysis and then sentence level and document level. So word level is a single word we are telling whether it's a positive or negative. Sentence we are telling whether it's a positive or negative. Complete document. If you take the movie reviews, it may be the complete document. So the document you are telling whether it's a positive or negative. So the point scale also different based on application. It may be the positive or negative, 2 point, 3 point means positive, negative, neutral. 5 point is more positive and then more negative. So where we can use the sentiment analysis. So from mostly it's used in the movie review classification and then product review classification. We used to see the products, and we are now the current system is asking us to submit the reviews as well as you are supposed to choose the star rating. Instead of that, only if you are submitting the review, system should automatically find the ratings for that based on the content whatever you are writing. That is the review classification in terms of sentiment. The news comment and the classification. So that's the other thing. Suppose some news happened, something happened. How the people reacted. The COVID happened or lockdown happened. So what's the people reaction related to the lockdown? So that kind of that is comes under that is also comes under sentiment analysis. The interesting, the advanced area in sentiment analysis is aspect-based sentiment analysis. Two advanced areas are there. Here, sentiment analysis also nowadays it's become a little old area. So where last 10 years people are doing a lot of research in sentiment analysis. If you really want to work on the sentiment analysis, two things we can concentrate. One is aspect-based sentiment analysis. Other one is a stance analysis. So in sentiment, this is the overall opinion of the content. But in the stance this says about people's stance. This says about a particular person's stance. What is his stance? What is his stance against this particular policy? Say for example, GST. What is this person's stance about GST? What is the particular person's stance against a new education policy? So these things are also comes under the sentiment analysis. That is called a stance reduction. The aspect based means so not only the usual sentiment analysis. So it's an aspect. So we are defining the sentiment based on aspect. This is other advanced area. So how can you say that the aspect? Suppose take the example. I directly go to the example. My phone. I mean, this is a negative sentiment. This is a general example for a negative one. So when you come into the aspect, so I'm saying that something. The phone is positive. Touch screen is positive. My voice quality is positive.
Yes,
voice
Mr.
quality
Karja
is positive.
यहाँ से कट लो.
My battery life is negative. The price is negative. So these two are negative. Battery life and price are negative, and other three are positive. So these are the aspects. So I'm finding the aspect like I'm not going for the overall sentiment of the phone. So I'm just going for the aspect. Suppose I am interested in the battery life. I'm going to travel a lot, so I'm very much particular about battery life. So in that case, the battery life of this particular phone
हाँ
is
लेकिन
negative.
एनर्जी आपको पता चलेगा.
Orme says, please, can you please do something? Otherwise, it's difficult for me to continue. It's difficult for participants
तो
also.
ठीक है फिर आप लोग
Hello?
तो वो आप परफेक्टली फाइन पे जा रहे हैं. परफेक्टली फाइन पे जा रहे हैं.
No, there is an option from the organizer side. You can block him. Even you can.
नहीं मैंने
can
मैंने ये
remove-
सोचा है ना कि अब मैं कोई भी रिटेलिएशन नहीं
remove this
करूंगा. मैं
participant.
सिस्टम को सही करने के लिए कहूंगा. जो आएगा जितना आएगा कर दूंगा. और चुपचाप
समझा दिया. देखो बेटा कुछ पाओगे कुछ पाओगे. सीखना है. तुमने पूछा ना.
So, organizers, are you there?
क्या करना है बेटे को? रोटी बनानी नौकरी करना है.
Even I send a message to Murugan sir.
Yeah. So, organizers, why don't you go? So I'll just guide you that how to block that people. So can you see that person?
हमने कहा
If you just click the person, you'll get a 3 options. One is a pin placement.
Sir, we cannot do that. Admin only can do that, sir.
Sir, in nowadays Google
Yeah,
there is no option like that, sir. It is cancelled from
he
the.
muted. No, it's a, now he muted. Muted, sir, muted. I think.
Yes, now he is muted, sir. No problem. Please proceed, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So now this is the aspect-based sentiment. So based on the aspect, we are telling that the sentiment. So it says that as I said that the battery life, I'm interested in a battery life, but the battery life is negative. Even though the overall the phone is positive, it's saying the 4.5 rating, I won't buy this phone because the battery life is negative for this phone. So this is the importance of aspect-based. So when you talk about aspect-based, so when you are saying about the film, so people not only seeing the film, people may be interested in fight scenes or love scenes, songs, comedy, like that. That I can say that aspect. Restaurant, if you are taking the parking space, the quantity of the food, quality of the food, waiter's response, then I can say that ambience. So this I can say that the aspect for the restaurant reviews. Okay, so one part we finished actually the sentiment analysis and then the text classification. The other one is the information extraction. This is also now a lot of important the new applications are coming in related to the information extraction. So I'll say a small example that where we can use the information extraction. So particularly in the legal data analytics. So we don't have a system, or we haven't started this actually. So one of the main problem, as you know, in India is the pending cases. So how to because as you know that the cases will take small cases, it will take 5 years or 6 years in India. So a person will change, the judge will change, the lawyer may change. So how the people will understand the case content quickly. So they can go for a good summarization or good extraction mechanism. The case records may be the 500 or 1000 page. So we need a good information extraction system to extract only the important content from the case records and then to analyze that. So that's the application where the recent application, but we don't have that kind of system in India actually. So information extraction. So as I said, the data crawling. So Twitter data crawling, WhatsApp data, Facebook data, and other news websites. From that, how can you crawl the data? Now they are very clever that they know that the importance of the data, so they are just giving an API. So they are giving the limited access from your account. You can access only the 100 feeds or 1000 feeds like that. So that's but earlier we don't have that kind of restrictions, data crawling and extraction. But even though that is there, we can think how can we extract the data in any other ways. So sense disambiguation, as I already explained about the disambiguation ambiguity. So where the semantic level ambiguity comes under the sense disambiguation, the semantic level ambiguity system. The entity extraction, I have an example for entity extraction and paraphrase, I think. So I'll just show the example in the entity extraction. Fine. The next one is the paraphrase reduction. So we have a data set for the paraphrase reduction in Indian languages. So we are conducted the competition at ISA Kolkata in 2016. So if you want, you contact me if you want to work on this data set. Yeah. So what is paraphrase reduction? So where we can take this paraphrase reduction forward? What is the next application of the paraphrase reduction? Paraphrase reduction, I can say that's a part of plagiarism reduction. Now what the plagiarism systems, plagiarism reduction software, whatever we are using, you know that it's a keyword based model that can be improved. If you are changing the keyword, if you are just clicking the keyword and then if you are just seeing the options or synonyms in using the Microsoft Word or the Grammarly software, you can simply convert that. You can give a plagiarism free content with a simple change, blind change of a synonym change. So that should be understand. System should understand if it is any synonym changes. That system should. That is also a plagiarism. So the basic part of the plagiarism is the paraphrase. So paraphrase can be defined as, you can see here, the same meaning of a sentence is expressed in another sentence using different words. So two sentences are in the same meaning, but the words whatever you are using is a different. So that should be understood in the paraphrase. Same news, if you see that if you take any news content, if you take nowadays, people are the news agency is very good in doing the paraphrasing. Suppose some news is coming in one newspaper, immediately what they are doing is they are just checking that and then they are just they are rephrasing that and then they are just putting in that in their website. So they are not checking with their people or news agents. So recently it happened actually, a famous news agency. So they published a content and then people understand that it's a genuine content and then they translated and then they convert, they paraphrased and then for other news agencies, other news, they put it in their website. Later they found that the main news from that is a fake news and then they stopped and then these people are also stopped after some time, of some point of time. But it's a clear indicator that the news agency also what they are doing is they are not rather than collecting the news from the agents, they are sticking on to the other news things news. I mean that agencies are doing what is they are publishing. They are more interested on it. So this is a one example of that paraphrase. So the paraphrase, other important application, the paraphrase is Quora. You are asking some question. So the same question may be asked already by the different other people using the different words. So instead of making you to wait for a day, or instead of asking experts to answer your question again, so I can link your question with the other question. That options are available in Stack Overflow. Core also giving the similar questions. So nowadays, so that way it can be solved. That is one example of paraphrase. Even if you want to do research on that, Quora data set is available. 1.5 lakh pairs of Quora questions are available in the internet for research purpose, for identifying the paraphrase, whether these two questions are similar or not. So Yahoo Answers also having the data set, and this can be used in the chatbots. So I mean, this is one important application nowadays. So everywhere people are building the chatbots. So if you are asking some question, and the system knows only the question in a different way or different words, so you can link your question with that question. So that way system can answer that whatever it's already asked. So that is a application with respect to the chat box. So this is a paraphrase. And when you talk about the paraphrase, I think I haven't talked about the entity extraction. So entity, so question answering also I talked the entity extraction. So entity extraction is a other important thing. So when the messages are posting, the tweets are posting in the Twitter or the Facebook, the post. So how you understand that this particular content says about the particular product, say a Samsung, or it says about the iPhone. So that should be understood from the text. From your text, where you are talking about the person, which place you are talking about the place, which place you are talking about the product name or the company name. So that is called entity. So that entity should be identified separately to understand that, because Samsung is interested to see the reviews about the Samsung. So they are extracting the reviews. One easy way is to take the hashtags of the tweets, but we should not completely depend on the hashtag. Sometimes the people may be missed the hashtag, they just type the Samsung. In that case, your system should understand that he is also talking about the Samsung product, and then he should extract that information to the Samsung information. That is entity extraction. Okay, so when you coming back to the research area, the third direction of that, the social media analytics, the recent model, we are saying that one important application here nowadays is a native language identification. So this is an important field in a cyber bullying. So I want to understand the native language of the person. Now we have seen that near 100 people are participating in this workshop. So I'm talking in English. So if I'm asking something, you can answer in English also. So English is English now. Whatever the common language what we are using is English. Fine. From that English language, whatever you are talking, whatever you are speaking, whatever you are typing in a chat box, okay, is it possible for me to understand the nativity of you? So that is called native language identification. So you are not finding the nativity based on your mother tongue. So that is very simple. You are talking in Tamil and then you are good in Tamil, means you may be the native of Tamil. So I can suggest like that. I'm not saying that you are, you may be. But you are talking in English. How can I understand that you are native of Gujarat, you are native of Tamil Nadu, you are native of Kannada? So that can be understand with the help of some data set. We have created a data set in the Facebook data set we have created. We consider for 6 Indian languages. This data set is also with me. You can, if you want, you can contact me. I'll share the data set. It's called a native language identification. So native language of an author on the basis of the way he or she writes in other language. Here the L2 we have considered as the English. So we identify the people from the Telugu speaking people and Kannada speaking and Kannada native people, Bengali and Hindi and Tamil native people. From there, they have taken the English of there. From that English, we try to identify their native language. But the speech you can understand. The Bengali accent will be the different. The Tamil accent will be the different. And Malayalam accent will be different. Sometimes you can understand that by the way how they are talking. But from the text also there are a lot of clues to understand. So somewhere we are knowingly or unknowingly our mother tongue influence will be there in the English text. So that way you can understand that whether the guy belong to this particular region or not. Okay, when you talk about that name, this I already explained about the name entity recognition. So this is an example. Again, I have the example. If you see that Apple CEO Tim Cook introduced 2 new larger iPhones. So it's mentioned here, some sentence mentioned here. You can see here Apple is an organization. Flynn Center is also an organization. And Tim Cook is a person name. I'm not saying that Tim is a person, Cook is a person. The company is saying that Tim Cook is a person name. If you can understand the product also. I'm talking about the iPhone product. I'm talking about the smartwatch. So that also can be understood. This is called entity recognition. So other interesting applications, what I'm currently working on is related to the cyberbullying is the author profiling. So there are a lot of research happening in this field, author profiling. So based on the text, you need to identify the gender of the person and age of the person. So not a single piece of text, it's complex to identify from the single message, single WhatsApp message or single SMS message. So I'm just extracting your 100 tweets. I'm extracting your 100 Facebook posts. I'm extracting your 100 browsing history. It means that what are the content you are given in the Google, what are the things you browse in the Google, particularly in the Google search. So I'm taking 100 SMS messages. From that I can say the gender and age of you. A person is talking about a pink color, a person is talking about shopping. So probably most probably the person may belong to the female the gender category is female. Person talking about I can say that the person talking about grandchildren, pension, and then retirement, then I can say that he is above 60. Person talking about a business, investment, credit card or debit card, then he may be in the insurance, he may be in the near 30 to 35. Person talking about job, future, life. So these are the keywords I'm talking. He may be in 20 to 25. The person talking about the assignments, homework, and the subjects and then the college, and particularly the girls, then I can say that the person may belongs to the a teenage category. I can say that he belongs to below 20 category. These are the clues to identify the age. and the gender of the person. So person talking about football, or person talking about cricket or politics, the chances are high. The person chances are 80 to 90% chances are there. The person to see that person, the person can be considered as a male. And the other interesting thing, I just when we are doing that, the data is actually not only the text here, and we are talking about the text. Suppose you take that as a YouTube video you are watching, Facebook video you are watching. How many in the Facebook video, where do you get the board? Facebook or that the Google, I mean that YouTube, they have that analytics engine to understand that where in that video, in which place you got bored. How will you understand that which place you got bored? From some place you are watching continuously, from some place you are dragging that. It means that you bored the things, and then you just dragged the slide bar. So it means that you bored in this particular part. So this way, that analytics plays an important. Suppose a person is creating, most of the people know that they're creating the videos, cooking videos, and then other videos, and then they are uploading. So they can understand that, okay, this videos are, a lot of people are getting bored in this particular portion. I can avoid that particular portion in the next video. So it's a kind of a feedback system. An interesting fact I have seen recently about the cooking videos. So we know that the cooking means, we used to think that people who are seeing the cooking videos, mostly we can generalize it as a female, but the literature, the recent survey says that the male are equivalent to see the cooking videos compared with the female. So now that trend is changing. So that maybe in the future we can say that people are seeing the cooking video, means the future may say that if people are seeing the cooking video, then you should tag him as a male. So that may be the future. Yeah. So this is the one of the applications of this author profiling, and then so I talked only about the gender and then age group. There are other things like emotions. Emotions plays a major role. Whenever I used to give these things, I used to say that, so the diverse rate, if you see that in India, the diverse rate of the couple diverse rate is increased. So we are seeing the astrology of the two people, the matches of the people still increased. So what I'm suggesting is actually, instead of the future may be like that. Instead of taking the astrology, you can take their social media account. You can analyze their content, the bride content and groom content. You can see that whether the matches are there or not. So both are liking, one person is liking, I'm talking, one person is liking something different, one person is liking something different, and if it's not matches, then there will be a problem. So we can do that kind of analysis. So I have seen recently, I have seen that there are some websites to do that, not in India, to choose the girlfriend and choose the boyfriend based on this analytics. Okay, so that's what this is the personality traits. So not only that the matches, we can see that the matches not only based on the common interest areas, they're based on the personality, whether you are aggressive or not, whether you are an open type. Based on the content, we can analyze and then we can say your personality. So companies are really interested in doing this kind of research, because they are spending much for recruiting a single person. And they don't want if the person is not staying the company for a long time. So so how can they can check the personality traits. So whether this guy is opt with my my core team or not. So which team which team is suitable for this guy, that can be analyzed and find based on the personality. Personality, I'm saying that automatically you are identifying the personality of the person. Emotions, and I discussed already about the native language. So there are a lot of research happening in this. So people have started doing in Indian languages also. So we started doing for Indian language, Tamil and Malayalam we started. And I already explained about the stance. So this is some of the example of a stance. So regarding the Jallikattu, this is a little old slide. So the old trending news were there. Regarding the OPS, what is the people's stand? Regarding Jallikattu, what is the people's stand? This is an old slide, as I said. Regarding the Swadhist murder, it happened in Chennai actually. So regarding demonetization. So now if you take the recent, if you can say that this is very important feedback for the company, for the government. really, if the government want to give a good policies to the to their citizens, so they should take the feedback. So definitely the current government is taking the feedback like this, but unfortunately they don't have a good analytics things to do that, the stance kind of thing. But they are taking the overall feedback, how the GST affects, how many people are facing difficulties in the lockdown, how many people. So based on that, they can say that whether okay, people are preferring to lockdown again, so they can go for a lockdown. So that kind of feedback based mechanism should happen. Other interesting thing, suppose you take that national education, policy, not only the complete policy, people may, as I said about the aspect based one, people may like that policy and some of the content. Maybe I can say that the second chapter of the national, the NEP is not liked by this particular state. So they can give some flavor, or they can change according to that state viewpoint. They can analyze that, they can take a survey, they can change the particular chapter, and then they can release a new national education. That kind of policies will be widely accepted by the citizen, and then it will make all others happy, instead of forcing the people to follow this particular only one particular thing. So other significant task or the recommendation system. So old one, we have seen that, and predictive analytics and trend analysis, emerging event detection. So other thing. So suddenly if something happened in this particular in some place, then from this particular region, from the particular geography region, lot of tweets, lot of posts will come. So from that I can understand that okay, something is happened in this particular place. So that the emerging event can be identified based on that. So automatic ad placement. So now this is happening. But everything is a specialized one. So whatever advertisement I'm getting is completely different from the whatever advertisement whatever you are getting. I hope that in future that can be in television channels also, that will become, I guess. Now the television channel, whatever advertisement I am seeing in a one channel, I think you are seeing the same. In future it will be changed. Whatever I like, I will see the advertisement. Whatever I like means they are not asking me from my mentality. They will understand, and then they will give only, they will post only that kind of advertisements. Whatever advertisement you like, only that kind of advertisement you will get. And data visualization. This is an interesting area where the lot of research is going on. I think that today afternoon session also, I think the expert is going to cover about the data visualization. So not only in terms of NLP, in image processing, and all other areas also, how to visualize the data. Now COVID also, we see that instead of just giving the statistics numbers, so how to visualize the data. That's what the company want. Company, they are not interested in seeing the numbers and subtracting the numbers, how much percentage increase. They don't want a tally kind of software now. So they want something visually says that something big circle and then some small circle and then some red color circle or like that. So that's important in the data automatically. So whenever that particular tweet is emerged, then that should be reflected in an image. So and video and audio annotations. So other interesting areas and then tasks are available in this website. You can see that the hate speech is other area. So where you can concentrate hate speech detection and fake news detection, the aggressive behavior of a person. So this kind of data sets are available. So if you want this, use just a search as Innova 2019. Open data sets are available. And another point I want to say with respect to the NLP is other direction. Now the NLP is clubbed with the other. It's like a multimodal analytics. It's clubbed with the speech. It's clubbed with the image processing. So the input I'm giving is that image I'm giving as an input. Arun says I think I can take up 5 more minutes. Am I correct? We started a little late.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can proceed, sir. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. 11:20 I'll stop, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
So I'm just giving the image. I'm giving the image as an input. So image processing. You see that I'm giving image as an input. But what is the output is I'm getting my output should be that text. So it's a combination of image processing and text processing. And you see that some of the interesting. This is from the system. So it's not only saying the flower, it's saying that a bucket of red flowers. So saying the color of the flower. It's not only saying that it's a glass or a water. Glass of water with ice and lemon. So see how it's identified. Even human fail to identify that whether it's a lemon is there or ace is there. This is the output of a machine. This is the output of the software. You can find the software in the Karpat is a famous person in this deep image thing. The complete source code is available in a GitHub. Even you won't believe, here this you see that a person sitting at a table. Do you understand? Do you identify that? Yeah. If you see very close means only you can understand. Yeah, pant is there, from there you can understand person is sitting on the table and he took a picture like this. So you see that how smart the systems are. So this is called visual semantic alignment. So the vision, the object we are identifying, and then we are giving explanation in terms of text. These are the other related shared task competition with respect to data sets are available. So anyway, I'll share the slides just to have a look onto it. Already we discussed about the lexical, the lexical and semantic induction. This comes under the pure NLP model, the emotion detection. Now the meme detection data sets are also there. In Hindi, meme sentiment in meme detection. Whatever the memes, whatever you are getting from the memes, you can say that whether the meme says about the positive or meme says about the negative. So that is also part of computer vision plus image processing, because image is also there. You have to understand the sentiment from the image too. So other interesting tasks are like math question answering. So interesting research area, math question answering. So some question will be asked, math question will be asked in the text. So you should make a system to understand the question and then you should answer it. How can you do that? So that is the math question answering. And rumor eval. So this is about the fake news detection. So this is the recent data set. So how to determine that rumor? How to the fact checking community. This is about again it's a question answer task 8. So other directions we already I just said the fake news, and then machine comprehension is a part of question answering. So the text will be given, the question will be asked, so you need to answer that question. System should answer. So other thing I can suggest that to predict the future generation, the psychological mental health of the future generation, based on the answer script or based on their essays or whatever they are writing. So we should have a mechanism to predict their mental health. That kind of research is also happening because it will avoid the depression and then suicidal intensity. This will avoid that things. But particularly in the education, in Indian education scenario, we need this kind of systems. So with respect to corona, I mean this coronavirus, COVID. So there are a lot of data sets are available. So you can see here the BioNLP is a separate research field that to analyze the text content related to COVID and then COVID-19. So there is a data set by Allen Institute. So says about 36,000 text material, 36,000 manuscript from the reputed journals. So talks about coronavirus and its family. So that is available, openly available in this website, COVID-19 website, where you can use this data and then you can build a good question answering system and a fake news detection system. And IRTT data port, they are having that tweet data set or COVID tweet data set. COVID-19 tweet data set is available in that data port, IRTT data port. As you know that now the getting data from the tweet is difficult, but the data port is giving only the tweet IDs will be given. So you should have there are tweet APIs are available. There you should pause the tweet ID and then you will get the data set. So this is from the IEEE port. So this is our own competition. So we have conducted with the with collaboration with the National University of Ireland. So we conducted a hate speech detection in the Dravidian languages. We conducted for we have a Tamil and Malayalam data, Tanglish and Manglish code mix data. From the text you need to identify whether the content is hate speech or not. So we have a data set and then the competition is over. Last week only we concluded that paper submission, everything. So if you want to work on that, you can contact me. I'm happy to share the data set with you people. So this is the other competition related to COVID and the NLP, to saying that whether the tweets are informative or not. So they are sharing some 5,000 tweets. Then you need to find out whether the tweets are informative or not. So the link will be given here that you can search informative COVID-19. So using this keyword, you can search it, or anyway, I'll share the my slides. I'll share. This is about This is about our competition. So when we are talking about started with, now I just want to conclude that I started with the NLP and social media analytics, and then we have seen the wide research directions. I discussed near 10 to 15 research directions in this particular area, and where the data sets are available. And one way, the important way is whatever area you are working, the current trend is actually you need to connect your things with the deep learning, so called AI. So that is very important. No, you cannot publish a paper with the earlier the support vector machine or loss regression or naive-Bayes model. You cannot even publish the conference paper with that. No, good conference paper. I'm not telling about the usual conference paper. If you really want to get the research, if you want to go for the research or a good papers, so definitely you should concentrate on that deep learning. So the next lecture, what I'm going to cover is actually, so far we have seen this problem, how we are going to give a solution to that problem. That is one common solution for that, one important deep learning model for that solution. So that I'm going to discuss in that next session. These are some of the tools for the deep learning. You can I'll share the slides just to have a look. So now I'm just concluding this session. So the important problem is the lack of annotated data, but now we have a good number of data available in internet, as I said about in terms of shared task competition. You no need to worry about the coding also. So most of the papers are coming with the GitHub code. You need to understand the maths behind the code and the logic and methodology behind the code, and you need to run, you should run the code efficiently. Once you run the code, and you can try any permutation, or you can with your literature skill you can change any X and Y models, and you can change, and then you definitely will get you can reach the state of art research. That's it. Now it's very easy to do that, the research on it. So as I said earlier, the area is closely related to the data science. It's very easy for publication. Even you can publish a paper in 1 or 2 months if you're really good in programming and the writing. So these are some of the references where I have taken that. So if you are, this is my mail ID. If you have any clarification, you can ask now, or you can contact me. So definitely I'll be a little busy. So, but definitely I'll be respond within 2 or 3 days. But next session, what I'm going to cover is actually, so how can we take this NLP problems? What are the problems we discussed? How can we take to the deep learning model? So that will cover in the next session. So now I'd like to have a few questions from your side. So if you have any questions, you can ask.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sir. Actually, I'm doing my research on fake profile in online social media.
Fake profile detection or fake news?
Fake profile detection, sir.
Okay, good.
Okay, so I've just started with my work. So my issue is that the proper data collection, like what would be the possible ways in which I can get my data. Like, can you please give me the insights in which I can look into the source?
Yeah. So when you say the fake profile, so you are talking about the larger problem. So first you talk if the fake profile. I don't think that there is a data set for a fake profile. But if you convert your problem into modular problems, like if a fake profile can be identified with the help of gender and age group and occupation. Suppose you are taking only the 3 categories.
Okay.
You have a 3 category in your hand, and you need to find out that whether these 3 category are correct or not. That's what you want. So what I'm suggesting now is you can find that there are data sets for age identification, there are data sets for occupation identification, there are occupation verification. You can make it as a verification, and there are data sets for gender verification.
Okay.
So that would be clubbed together, and then you can solve this problem, because definitely only the Facebook is responsible to give this one, because they that they have quoted that 80 million fake accounts are there, but
Yes,
definitely they won't share the data set with you.
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
instead of doing that, you just make this way and then proceed.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Any other questions? Participants? Okay, so then I can stop now. Then
Okay.
organizers, when we start our next session?
Yes, sir. Now it's in 11:20, sir. Shall we start by 11:40, sir? 11:40 or 11:45? As per your
Okay, we'll
convenience,
start.
sir.
1 o'clock I have another meeting, so 1 o'clock I will stop. Okay. 11:45 we'll stop.
11:40 we'll start, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Participants are requested to join by 11:45, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.